beautiful Gemini friends, and welcome to your horoscope for May of 2021, where this month, mid-month, I get to say happy birthday to you Geminis, but I'm going to just say it right now. So happy birthday, Geminis. You're coming into your annual you peak, and so you get to start off very strong with a lot of energies coming in right before the sun comes in. So it's really a month where I think paying attention to, first of all, what you're doing and why you're doing it and who you're showing up as, because there's so much happening in your first house, will be really important. But then also making sure that you're set for the course you would like to take for your next year. It's kind of a big deal. Now, we're also going to have your ruling planet going into retrograde at the end of this month. Saturn will go retrograde, and we are going to have an eclipse that is going to rock your 7th house, which means it's also going to put some emphasis on the 1st house. We're going to have these eclipses happening in the Gemini Sagittarian axes as well. The nodes are still transiting these particular energies as well. So there's a lot of emphasis for you, Gemini, just in general, on you. And really, I think stepping into who you are, stepping into owning the good, the bad, the indifferent about you, really putting that out there. But also, I mean, I feel like because this particular eclipse is going to be in Sagittarius and rock that 7th house space, there's so much here about where are you in the understanding, use, and application of your personal power? Where are you in your autonomy, in your relationships? Are they having these interdependent qualities, or are they codependent? Is there too much individuality? What's the balance that's happening in your relationships? And maybe this is a great way to start off the year with these kinds of questions to figure out where adjustments are needed, where celebrations are definitely ready to be had. All right, Gemini, let's jump in here and see what's going on this month. So right at the beginning of the month on the 3rd, we're going to see Mercury entering into the energy of Gemini, so lighting up that 1st house space for you. And on the 8th, we're going to see Venus coming into the energy of Gemini. So now the 1st house is not only lit up, you've got the ruling planet back at home, so you are full power, like full Power Ranger ready to go. You've got word magic at your fingertips. And then Venus comes into your sign, and this motivates, this magnetizes that 1st house, which is you, right? So this can be this energy, especially when Venus comes into a 1st house space, we can just become magnetic. Like, you physically look a little bit more beautiful. There's something about you that seems to have a little bit of a glow. Now, Venus, because it's a magnetizer, pulls people, resources, and things towards us as well. So you could find that between now and we're really looking at June, when Venus is going to move on out of your sign, you could be very magnetic. So I'm telling you, use your magnetism, put yourself out there where you need to, change that hairstyle if you're ready to do that, whatever you need to do to also up your own personal magnetism, whether that be through making networking connections or anything like that. With the power of Mercury and Venus combined, you are Gemini power this month, okay? So definitely take great advantage of that. Now, the other portion of Venus that I do like to pay attention to is that because she's magnetizing things, these could be opportunities that she is magnetizing your way. And one of them that I was thinking of is that this could genuinely be like an educational opportunity for you, whether you're going to study or you're going to teach or you're going to put out information in some way. It seems like there's an element of educational opportunity being brought into your world at this particular time. Now, on the 11th, we're going to have a new moon in the energy of Taurus. This will light up your 12th house space. Now, this new moon is going to be at 21 degrees of Taurus, so make sure you locate that on your chart. Now, the new moon is when we plant our seeds of intention to begin something fresh, to give it a fresh perspective, fresh eyes on an old situation. That's a great thing to be doing. But I also feel like this particular new moon, because it's in Taurus, which lights up the 12th house for you, this is the moon of clarity. This is the moon that says, Gemini, I want you to remember everything you learned in this last year, assimilate it. Let it come home. I want you to trust your intuition, trust your instinct, trust your gut, trust your value, and know your worth. Own your power. Sit quietly with that over this next 4 weeks. And as you travel this next year, remember who you are. and who you are lives at the depth and the core, the earthiness of you, that Taurus energy. It lives in that 12th house for you. It lives in the place where you get quiet and the feelings and the noise of the world are not distracting you. Remember who you are at this particular new moon. Now, this moon is going to be in a nice harmony with Neptune. It's also got great interaction with Pluto. So the ability to change and live your ideals, I think, is absolutely abundant for a fresh start at this particular moon. On the 13th, we're going to see Jupiter move into the energy of Pisces, which is going to light up your 10th house space. Now, Jupiter's move into Pisces is going to be very short-lived here in 2021. We'll get the full shebang and the full tour in 2022. But between May 13th and July 28th, I want you to pay attention to what's happening in your career, Gemini. Not only in your career, but in your soul level calling, your reputation in public, what's happening in your community, the governance around you, the people who are in positions of authority in your life. Pay attention, because Jupiter in Pisces is going to light that up, and it's going to give you a little sneak peek of what you'll actually be working on and turning your attention to in 2022. Now, wherever Jupiter goes, he likes to bring wisdom, and sometimes wisdom has to be gained the hard way through tough experience, but nonetheless, it's an experience that Jupiter is going to bring into your life. It's going to expand your horizons. Jupiter is comfortable in the energy of Pisces. He's also going to be vibing in with Neptune energy that's also in Pisces. And this trio right here, they really do like to be together because they know no boundaries. This is a place where the sky's the limit. This world's not limited. You can move between the worlds with quite a lot of ease and depth. So take the wisdom of Jupiter and look over this area. See what's expanding for you here. Now, I do think for some of you, Geminis, because Jupiter is so expansive and Pisces can walk between the worlds, are you coming out with a play? Are you doing something by video? Does this have a theatric quality to it? Whatever that is, if that's you or you're working on something like that, let me know in the comment section down below. But just take a peek at what's going on in that area, because it'll tell you exactly where you're going to develop in 2022. Now, on the 20th, we see the sun entering into the energy of Gemini. So happy birthday, Gemini. Now we've got Mercury, Venus, the sun, the node. They're all transiting through your sign, and you get the opportunity to step here into 2021 as this next version of yourself. Another year older, another year more experienced, another year ready to own and step into your own power. So really enjoy your birthday sun, okay? But also remember that the sun lighting up Gemini means you might get busy. There could be lots of conversation, lots of networking. If you are in school or you have people that are in school, maybe they're ending school and now we're starting conversations about what's next. You could find a lot of what's next coming to your table as of the 20th. On the 23rd, Saturn is going to head into retrograde. And as Saturn goes into retrograde, one of the things to keep in mind is, first of all, it's in the energy of Aquarius, so lighting up your 9th house space. And Saturn is going to take this retrograde at 13 degrees of Aquarius until October, where it will come out at 6 degrees of Aquarius, okay? So as Saturn has come into Aquarius from December until now, what have you seen? What have you seen that you feel like, I need to shed that or I'm not going to be able to grow? I need to mature in this area. I need to correct this. I need to tighten this up. Look at what you've been shown, because during this retrograde, that's what Saturn's going to help you see. Now, it's going to be in the area of your 9th house, publishing, marketing, broadcasting, international travel, your beliefs. Big beliefs. These are not just the things we think about and daydream about. These are your big beliefs. They're a core piece of you that you've been living and working and functioning out of for a very long time. So whatever it is, Saturn during this retrograde time is going to help you tighten that up so you can come to the next level. Now, on the 26th, we've got this full moon lunar eclipse, and it's going to be happening at 5 degrees of Sagittarius. The sun is at 5 degrees of Gemini, so all for you. But then we've got the moon across the street at 5 degrees of Sagittarius. Now, a lunar eclipse in nature brings a shakeup because it's a resetting when we eclipse. It's a resetting, a blotting out of our consciousness and a resetting to it. So you're going to have some shakeups. Now, the moon by its very nature is a family planet. It's a lunar energy, so it's connected to family, but it's also connected to your finances and to your value in the 2nd house of the general reading, okay? So you want to pay attention in your 7th house where this eclipse is actually happening for you. Pay attention to your relationships because this may create a shakeup in your relationship. And I will tell you, relationships that are good, they're healthy, you guys are going to survive, come right through it. And whether that's a romantic relationship, parent-child relationship, any place where you consciously know that you're interacting with another energy, these are the relationships we're talking about. Now, relationships that have served their purpose and it is time for them to transition out. This moon will challenge your truths. What have you believed in the area of your relationships that has caused you to lose space of your own grounding, of your own power, what's right for you? This, I think, will be an eclipse that definitely shakes that up for you. And you'll look at that over this next 6 months, okay? Now, as we're closing out this month on the 29th, Mercury, your ruling planet, is going to head into retrograde, and it's going to do that at 24 degrees of Gemini. So from the beginning of May this month, when Mercury came into Gemini, all the way until we get to the end, what have you seen? What's changed for you? What's changed in your thinking with your siblings, in your communication? What's changed in how you want to represent yourself, right? Look at those things because this is where Mercury's retrograde is going to help you to review that, make sure it's really tight. Now, a retrograde invites us to reunion, reconnect, re-edit, readjust, reinvent, right? You've had a full month of doing Gemini. Are you under a reinvention in some way? Definitely, if relationships are in question, we know that you are in a time of reinvention, of power owning, of pushing forward with what's right for Gemini. So as this retrograde is happening and we experience that, I want you to just give yourself time and space to review who you've been, who you've even been in the last month, and who you'd like to be, and where there's maybe a correction that needs to be made. This is also because it's Mercury in Gemini, an energy that if there was a past opportunity or a past negotiation that you passed on before, you didn't get, or maybe you didn't get the job, this is a great opportunity for that to blow itself back in. So definitely take advantage. And if you were wanting to buy a house, sell a house before, and you felt like you had to wait, or the world shut down and you had to wait, during this retrograde may be a time where you can see that getting back, getting some wheels underneath it, okay? All right, my beautiful Geminis, I hope you have a beautiful birthday. I look forward to connecting with you all month long in the weeklies and with all of the rest of the content as well. So like this video, comment, share, subscribe. I love you a ton, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Geminis.